This week on the Broncos Sports Report, we're going to discuss women's basketball, men's basketball, track and field, wrestling, the Super Bowl, and we'll get a little bit into basketball, the Thunder. Hi, welcome to the Broncos Sports Report. I'm your host, Demetrius Wright, and always to my side is the one and only Austin Latrell. All right, wrestling. This week, I watched the boys, the men of wrestling, let me say that, and I watched them take on Central Missouri, and it was an impressive performance. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it was impressive. They came out and they lost all but one match, I believe, and they just really, from the beginning, just dominated the match and just continued it with, their middleweights especially are really good with Jordan Basks, Corey Dauphin, and Chris Watson, and they were really strong there, as usual. And Corey Dauphin picked up his 100th win of his career, which is impressive. He's had a great career, but 100 wins is pretty awesome.
Yes, that 100 wins is really impressive, and he continued his streak. He's, 41-0 now because of the other matches this week?
I believe his streak...
42? 42-0 this week, as with all his matches, and man, that guy is good.
He's really good. And hard work, effort really goes into this streak, and he really deserves it, I think. And talking about the other two matches, UCO went to Colorado this week to take on CS Colorado State Pueblo and Adams State, and won those matches too, 32-12 and 28-12. So two more dominant matches, duels for the Broncos, and they've really seemed to hit their stride lately.
Yes, I feel that when it comes to tourney time, the Broncos will bring home, I'm thinking they're going to win everything. I'm going out on a limb here and say they're going to win everything. I know they're going to win some, but I'm saying they're going to win everything. I'm guaranteeing it right here, right now. You heard it first here. I'm guaranteeing they win everything. Dominant performance. Okay, next topic. We are going to women's basketball. Yes, women's basketball. I watched the game this weekend. It was a very close match. The women, they dominated at the beginning, and then in the last 5 minutes, the second period, something happened, and somebody put a lid on top of the basket, and we couldn't do anything. How do you feel about it, Austin?
Well, that's been kind of the trend for UCO this year. They've just hit streaks where they can't make a basket, and it's really cost them. Especially, they're on a 3-game losing streak, and shooting has been an issue for the ladies this whole season. That's why they're 10-9 and 5-7 in conference right now.
You know, with the women, I really thought this was going to be their breakout game. I thought this was going to be the game that they won, and it started a new streak for them. But somehow, some way, even though they lost by a close margin, they just didn't have it right there at the end. It was heartbreaking. I was there. It was heartbreaking. It was a close match. They should have won. But I want to blame the refs because it seems though the ref didn't have it in our favor. I'm just saying, I don't want to start a conspiracy or nothing. I'm just saying the refs were not fair in their whistleblowing.
Well, it doesn't help when you only make 50% of your free throws, too. That's not a great percentage. They were just 9 of 18 from the free throw line in the game. You make couple more of those, go to overtime, or you even win the game.
True. But I still want to blame the refs because he should have did something to make us win.
Okay.
All right, next topic. The next topic, we are going to men's basketball. Men's basketball. Love men's basketball. That was a close game. It was a battle back and forth the whole game. And somehow with a 1.9 seconds, we pulled it out with the victory. Because right there at the end, just like in the women's, the lid got put on our goal, but the men fought through it, came through, 1.9 seconds, scored the winning basket. We won. How do you feel about it, Austin?
Big win for the Broncos to get off the kind of their streak of losing. They had like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 or something like that, I believe. They really needed this win just for confidence reasons, honestly, just to get back on the winning track.
I really feel that they built some confidence with this win because it was right there for a second when it was 2 minutes left. It looked as all hope was lost.
Mm-hmm.
But the men, they fought back and they kept going. And with help of the coach, Terry Evans, it was he coached them up, and they broke through that, and that confidence is built. And I think this is going to be a start of something big. Go ahead.
This could be a game where the UCO finally grows as a team and moves on and starts having more success as the end of the season comes and maybe into the conference tournament, and help maybe improve their standings in the conference a little because they're 6-6 right now. Maybe this will help them get on a little win streak, help them go on.
I agree totally. Okay, before we switch subjects, head coach men's basketball Terry Evans, is it just me, or he looks like Charles Barkley? I'm just saying, every day I look at him, he looks a little bit like Charles Barkley. I think that's a good thing. I'm not trying to be bad. I'm just saying as a good thing.
He does. I've noticed that too. He does resemble Charles Barkley in a way.
He does. He looks a little bit like Charles Barkley. He's like a Charles Barkley little brother.
Let's hope his golf swing doesn't resemble Charles Barkley.
Yeah, that's terrible. But, okay, next subject. The man said we got to go to the next subject, so we're going to the next subject. Next subject, track and field. Now, granted, I didn't watch the track and field. I wasn't really paying attention because that was some traveling and it was icy and I didn't want to do it. But Austin, he was out visiting. He can tell you all about it. What happened, Austin?
Yeah, UCO went up to Missouri this weekend. I actually didn't go, though, because, again, traveling conditions. That's a long way to travel. But they had some good finishers. They've had a strong start to the season. And UCO, the track and field team, does have an up-and-coming freshman in the weight throw and the shot put in Ashley Bryant, who's already set 2 school records this year in those two for the UCO. She's at the J.D. Martin Invitational in Norman, the one before this one. So they're pretty strong there, and they got Lacey Rhodes is pretty much in All-American form already to start the season with already a few gold medals. She finished 12th, I think, in the triple jump. And then UCO also had another finalist top 10 finish in the 60-meter hurdles, I believe it was. So pretty strong, pretty solid performance from the Broncos overall. They had 2 top 10 finishes and then 2 top 15 finishes. So not a bad event.
You know, and going from track is a difficult sport when it's in a nice weather, and you talk about it in being in bad weather. Wow, I don't know how they did it.
Yeah,
but it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's a solid performance, not the greatest, not the best, but it is a performance that can be built upon.
Yeah, definitely. They will definitely be able to build on this as the season goes on.
I'm going to have to start following more closely. I'm going to have to get better at following.
It's a tough sport to follow because they don't have a track here.
Yeah.
So they're always on the road. And their own invitational is next week, but it's in Norman. So it really is a tough sport to follow not being here in UCO.
All right, next subject. The next subject we are going to the Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder. Their streaks ended. KD's streak of consecutive 30-point games ended. Their consecutive win streak of 10 games ended. A little sad about that. But I think we can do better, and I think they will do better. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, well, Katie's streak, though, to me, if it's going to end, I like the way it ended in a blowout. Him going to the bench, not deciding to come back in. Scott Brooks with this decision not to come in. I'm okay with it. It's a little disappointing because I wanted to see him get 2 more baskets. But if it's going to end, that's a solid way. As for the win streak, I kind of expected it that night because Thunder playing 8 games in 12 days, they just looked tired. And you could tell it just on the defensive end. And I kind of saw that coming. I expected it almost.
You know, because that is 8 games in 12 days, and you're traveling back and forth. You're all over the Eastern Seaboard. You're up and down the line. That is a lot of games.
Yeah. Question, though, for you, Demetrius. What was your favorite moment of the Kevin Durant streak?
For me, it was the night that he didn't play at Boston. When he didn't play, and when they played Boston, and then everybody else stepped up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because that gets on my nerves when the team will shut down and just, okay, KD has to have the ball. What do? KD, give the ball to KD. And KD's got like 25 people guarding him, and they're still trying to give him the ball. Instead of, hey, stand up, take the shot, do what you need to do. So my favorite part of that was when they played Boston and KD sat out.
I got my favorite moment was probably the career high at Golden State, the 54 points. That was one of the most impressive performances I have ever seen in basketball. 54 points on 28 shots. It was great.
That was nice. That was very nice. I'm sad. I agree with you on the streak. I'm sad to see that it ended, but I like the way it ended. All right. Next topic. We are going to the Super Bowl. Yes, the Super Bowl was this weekend. The Denver Broncos took on the Seattle, not Supersonics, but the Seattle Seahawks. Now, only one team showed up, and that team was Seattle. It seems as though Denver didn't show up because they got high and forgot to come to the play.
I really don't know how to answer.
What do you think about it, Austin?
Yeah, Denver, just from the first snap, I knew it was going to be a long night. They did not come to play. They looked unprepared. It was really just an embarrassing performance from Denver on the night. And I know Peyton Manning doesn't like that word, but it was embarrassing. One of the worst Super Bowl performances from a team I have seen in my life.
And that's really strange because they had such a dominant performance all year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they set records in scoring. They set records in touchdowns.
Yeah.
They set records in yards. They set records all over the field.
Yeah, but
they couldn't get anywhere. They couldn't get a first down.
Yeah.
They didn't even show up to the game. I got more first downs than them, and I wasn't even in the state.
Defense wins championships. I guess that phrase is really coming true. Seattle only gave up more than 30 points once this entire season.
That's kind of a question that I really don't know how to answer. They are, like I said, they're excellent cover corners, and it's a challenge for our receivers to get open.
In the NFL, the rules favor the offenses. So this defense is one of the best in a while. And they proved it last night, shutting down Manning and the whole Denver offense. And they just played with more energy.
Yeah, they had more energy, and they had a strong performance. Now, with them having a strong performance, I really didn't pay attention to them because they're in the Northwest. I don't pay attention. It's way up there. But with that, they are better than I thought they were. And they played better than I thought they would. I was really surprised at them. I really thought they were a lot of talk, and they just had been playing against weaker teams. But no, they are here, and they're here to stay. Good team. Okay. We are going to the next topic. We just got breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
The man just told me. He told me. The man just told me OSU's number one recruit, Stevie Clark, has been dismissed from the team. How do you feel about it, Austin?
I feel like it was something that needed to be done because 2 arrests in a month. He's already been sent home from one tournament down in Florida. And it had to be done eventually. Travis Ford could not let this guy play anymore the way he's been behaving, and which is bad break for OSU because they need him. They're struggling right now. They need him at the point guard position.
Yeah, OSU's coming off of 2 losses. They had a loss just this weekend and then a loss also last Wednesday. So they're falling out of the top 10. They're probably going to be out of the top 10 sometime this week. Mm-hmm. But with that, on a more personal matter, I want Stevie Clark to do better. Just do the things that you need to do as a man to make your life better. Because you keep getting in trouble, keep getting arrested. This is not a good thing. You got the world on a silver platter. At your age, you got the world on a silver platter. You can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. So if you listen to Stevie Clark, do better because you are an example to younger people. What do you think about it, Austin?
And yeah, that's true. He really needs to work on it and get better, like you said.
Yeah. It has nothing to do
because really life is more important than basketball.
Right.
And he really needs to get his act together.
Right. I definitely agree with you on that. All right. What other topics do we got? I can think of none.
I think that's all for this week.
That is all for this week. So, thanks for tuning in to... We got another topic? No, we do not have another topic. So, Thanks for tuning in to the Broncos Sports Report. I'm your host, Demetrius Wright. This is Austin Luttrell, the sports writer for The Vista. And we will see you next week when we'll discuss more things. Remember, this is the Broncos Sports Report, where we cover everything that affects you.